Hi everyone, I am �𝐀𝐏𝐏 from IELTS Made Easy. I hope all of you are doing great and practicing a lot for your IELTS exam. If not, then practice with me today. So before starting with the session, let me just introduce with you schedule. So we have classes at two different times. One is at 12 noon, that is on reading and listening. Reading we usually cover on Monday, Tuesday and Friday, whereas listening on Wednesday and Thursday. Alright. And at 7 p.m. we have writing and speaking session. Writing we usually cover on Thursday, Friday, and speaking on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. And in these live sessions, we provide detailed explanation to each module, vocabulary improvement and doubt clarification. So guys, if you have any doubt related to listening, you can write in the chat box. So today we are going to cover listening module and that too MCQs of part 3. So we will be covering today MCQs, multiple choice questions of part 3, which lots of students face difficulties. So guys, if you have any doubt in listening, you can write in chat box, right? So I welcome again on behalf of IELTS Made Easy to the live session of listening class. Alright. So welcome once again. I am �𝐀𝐏𝐏𝐀𝐏𝐏. सत श्री अकाल साहिल, हाय जसप्रीत, किट्टू, परमजोत, रवनीत, डोरेमोन, जासप्रीत, तरन, लक्की, शिवानी, राकेश, इनोसेंट, रंधावा, गुड आफ्टरनून, हेलो राजनदीप, अमन, ओके, रश्मि, जशन, विशाल. लेट्स जस्ट वेट फॉर फ्यू मोर स्टूडेंट्स. मैं ठीक हूँ विशाल कुमार, आप बताइए कैसे हैं. सिमरन, आर्टफैक्ट्स, राजकुमार, मनदीप, हेलो, आई एम गुड. हाय शिवानी, मैचअप भी करवा देंगे कल पक्का. नेहा, हेलो. हाय कैंट, गिरीश, आंचल, जोगी, गुरजीत, लकी, डोरेमोन, समीर, अर्पिता, गुरप्रीत, तरन. यस साहिल, वी आर कवरिंग MCQs टुडे. हाय पलक, हेलो अमन, मनीष, सिद्धू, Paramjot, Harman, welcome everybody to the live session once again. Okay, hello Sandeep, Muhammad, Simran, cute angel. Okay, tomorrow you have your exam. All the very best for exam. Be confident, okay? Hi Akhtar, hello Amar, Tanu, Sonia, hi Dev. Yes, I remember you. That's nice that you have written your name. That's great, Girish. Hi Lost World, Aman, Tanya, Navjot. Welcome again to the live session of listening class. I'm good, Sidhu. How about you? Okay, Niharika will be covering those questions in the coming session. So stay tuned with us. Okay, so let's get started. So this is the IELTS Made Easy name of the channel. Okay, you can search for this name and join, as simple as that, right? And the YouTube channel is also IELTS Made Easy. Do subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you guys can get the notifications. Guys, these are not recorded sessions, so these are only live streaming sessions. However, you can view them again later if you like the video. So it's very important to like the video. So go and hit the like button. It will be added to your liked videos and you can view them later on. Right? Well, I'm not sure about what kind of problem it is coming. You can increase, but everything is okay at my end. Okay. Okay, so let's just not waste time and move forward and solve questions today. So I request everybody to focus on listening part. Alright, so this is the listening score table, which is same for general and academic. Alright, so whenever you start practicing, it's very important to go through this score table. So if you want to get 8.5 bands in your listening, your 37 and 38 must be correct. So just go through the score tables before practicing, right? So let's start with this listening part. So today we have part 3, which is listening MCQs. So in case of MCQs, what you have to do, you have to highlight the keywords. Highlight the keywords in the statement, and after that, after highlighting the keywords in the statement, fine, after that you have to read options. Now there are so many students who will say, मैम options पढ़ने को तो time होता ही नहीं है, right? होता है. You have time to read the options also. For example, part 2 में they'll give you some time to look at your answers. So don't look for the answer, just move to the part 3, read the questions, highlight the keywords and read the options as well. Okay? So guys, I can request all the students to stop writing your personal messages and start focusing on listening part, and I will be playing the audio for the sound check. If it is audible, do let me know. If it is not audible, then also let me know whether it is audible or not. So I am going to play the audio for the sound check. If it is audible, do let me know.
You will hear two biology students called Helen and Colin talking about the report they are writing on their recent field trip to a seaside area called Rocky Bay. First,
yes, is it audible? Alright, it is audible. That's fine. That's great. Okay. Clearly audible. Good. Audible. Fine. It is audible. Okay. Alright. So on this note, if it is audible, dormant sound is quite high. You can increase the volume of your device as well. From my side, it is 100%. If I'll increase it furthermore, then it will actually create a lot of echo sound. Right? Okay, so let's move to the questions now. Let's highlight the keywords and I will tell you how to identify the keywords. So here we have question 1 to 6. You have to choose the correct letter, that is A, B, C or C from these options, right? Rocky Bay field trip. This is from the Cambridge books only. Rocky Bay field trip is the name of the topic. We have to highlight the keywords. What do the students agree? So here the keyword is agree. Students किस चीज के ऊपर agree कर रहे हैं? That should be included in their aims. अपनी aim वो क्या include करने के लिए agree कर रहे हैं? So there are two students. They have told you, Colin and Helen. दो students हैं and they have to agree कि वो अपनी aim में क्या डालेंगे. Factors affecting where organisms live. So here the keywords are factors, organisms, live. The need to preserve endangered species. These are the keywords. Techniques for classifying different organisms, right? The next one is, what equipment did they forget to take on the field trip? कौन सा equipment वो भूल जाते हैं लेकर जाना? Equipment forget field trip. String, a compass or a ruler, right? In Helen's procedure section, okay, Colin suggest a change in. Colin किस चीज के लिए कहता है कि उसे change करना चाहिए? So Helen ने एक procedure section लिखा जिसके अंदर Colin is suggesting to change something. What changes he is suggesting? The order in which information is given, order. The way the information is divided up, किस तरीके से उसने information को divide किया है, right? The way information is divided up, or the amount of information provided. Right? Information is a common word. I'm not going to highlight that. Amount of information provided. So these are the keywords. Right? Let's move to the next one. Fourth question. What do they say about the method they use to measure wave speed? What do they say about? Say is the keyword. Method used to measure wave speed. So क्या कहते हैं जो उन्होंने मेथड यूज करा था टू मेजर द वेव स्पीड? इट प्रोवाइड एक्यूरेट रिजल्ट. अच्छे रिजल्ट्स आए हैं. इट वॉज सिंपल टू कैरी आउट. उसे सिंपल प्रोसीजर था टू कैरी आउट. इट रिक्वायर्ड स्पेशल इक्विपमेंट. उसके अंदर कोई स्पेशल इक्विपमेंट की जरूरत थी. ओके. What mistake, so here the keyword is mistake, did Helen make when first drawing the map? हेलन ने कौन सी ऐसी गलती करी थी जब उसने पहली बार मैप को ड्रॉ किया? शी चोज द रॉन्ग स्केल, उसने रॉन्ग स्केल चूज करा. शी स्टूड इन द रॉन्ग प्लेस, क्या वो गलत जगह पे खड़ी थी? शी डिड इट अ रॉन्ग टाइम, गलत टाइम पे किया था. सो लिसन केयरफुली फॉर दिस ऑप्शंस. व्हाट डू दे डिसाइड टू डू नेक्स्ट विद द मैप? व्हाट डू दे डिसाइड टू डू नेक्स्ट विद द मैप? उन्होंने क्या डिसाइड करा नेक्स्ट मैप के साथ करने के लिए? स्कैन ऑन टू कंप्यूटर, स्कैन कर लें, चेक फोटोग्राफ्स चेक करें, या ऐड इंफॉर्मेशन, इंटरनेट से इंफॉर्मेशन और ऐड करें. आई होप दीज कीवर्ड्स आर क्लियर टू एवरीवन. इफ स्टिल देयर इज एनी डाउट प्लीज राइट इट डाउन इन द चैट बॉक्स. I again request everyone to stop writing your personal messages and focus on listening part. Otherwise, I have to block those students who are creating nuisance, right? Yes, guys, if you have any doubt, please write it down. Lakhi Singh, please stop writing your personal messages. And Satnam Dhumi, stop writing the wrong answers. Otherwise, I am going to block the students who are just creating disturbance in the class. Stop doing this. Okay, so let's get started. This audio will be played in continuity only, right? And I will be solving the first question for you guys, and later on you will be solving all the questions. Fine, so let's start. Okay.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 26.
I brought my notes on our biology field trip to Rocky Bay, Colin, so we can work on our report on the research we did together.
Okay, I've got mine too. Let's look at...
था कॉलिन ने टेक्निक्स फॉर क्लासिफाइंग डिफरेंस ने बोला था प्रोसीजर यूज करे उसने, तो उसने वो ऐड करा था. बट वो कह रहा है कि नहीं, बट जब उसने बोल दिया इट मीन्स यू हैव टू स्टॉप ओवर देयर, दैट इज कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी. इसने इसके साथ बट बोला था. एंड दे वर लुकिंग एट द हैबिटेट्स. हैबिटेट्स मीन्स द रहन सहन. सो फैक्टर्स अफेक्टिंग योर ऑर्गेनिज्म लिव्स, दिस इज व्हाट दे वर टॉकिंग अबाउट द हैबिटेट. कौन से फैक्टर्स इफेक्ट करते हैं जहाँ पे वो रहते हैं? लिविंग habitat means living habitat, that's the same meaning. And they then Helen said she was talking about the endangered species also, but उसके बाद कॉलिन ने बोला कि हम इसके लिए नहीं ढूंढ रहे हैं, we are not looking for that. Okay, it means this is not the option. So what is the right answer? A is the right answer for this. Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone. A is the right option for the first question. The students are facing problem with the buffering of the internet. Please reconnect the video again. Okay, I am going to repeat the audio again, no problem. Not an all. Okay, not an issue. I will be playing again. Tanu Kaur आज रीडिंग दी क्लास नहीं सी. टुडे वॉज लिसनिंग क्लास ओनली. रीडिंग वी यूजुअली कवर ऑन मंडे, ट्यूसडे एंड फ्राइडे. Okay, I'm going to play the audio again. Listen carefully.
And answer questions 21 to 26.
I brought my notes on our biology field trip to Rocky Bay, Colin, so we can work on our report on the research we did together.
Okay, I've got mine too. Let's look at the aims of the trip first.
Right, what did you have?
I just put something about getting experience of the different sorts of procedures used on a field trip. But we need something about what causes different organisms to choose particular habitats.
I agree. And something about finding out how to protect organisms in danger of dying out.
In our aims? But we weren't really looking at that.
I suppose not.
So they agree on this thing. So the question is saying, what do the students agree should be included in their aims? So they agree on the factors affecting where organisms live. So habitat की बात कर रहे थे. For aim के लिए they said कि we are not looking for endangered species. So that option is also cancelled out. The first option is also cancelled out क्योंकि इसने यहाँ पे doubt create करा था but बोलकर. And they agreed on this part, factors affecting where organisms lives. So I hope it is clear to everyone. The answer to the first is A. Yes, any doubt in this question, please let me know. Yes guys, I hope it is clear to everyone. The first one, I have repeated the audio again. Yes, they are talking about habitat, right, Sahil? It's clear. Okay, that's great. Okay, let's move to the next one. That's great. Okay, next is what equipment did they forget to take on the field trip? कौन सा equipment वो भूल जाते हैं लेके जाना? Listen carefully because this time I'm not going to help. What kind of doubts you have, Amrinder Gill? You're saying many doubts. Can you please let me know what type of doubts you have? Okay, it is clear. Please let me know, Amrinder, what kind of... Yes, please tell me what doubt you have. Otherwise, we'll move to the next one. Okay, I'm going to play the audio for the second one. Okay, meanwhile. Okay, so what equipment did they forget to take on the field trip? Let's listen carefully and choose the right answer.
Okay, now there's the list of equipment we all had to bring on the field trip. What did they tell us to bring a ruler for?
It was something about measuring the slope of the shore. But of course we didn't need it because we were measuring wind direction and we brought the compass for that.
But not the piece of string to hold up in the air. Didn't Mr. Blake...
So they bought the compass. Okay, they were having the compass. So they asked you what equipment did they forget. लेकिन वो बोल रही थी कि हम string भूल गए. Right? So yes, your right answer is A. String is the right answer for this again. We do not need a ruler. Okay, so they forget the string to bring along with them to the field trip. Compass उनके पास थी, but they forget to bring the string. So the right answer is A for this. I hope it is clear to everyone. The right answer for the second is also A. Well, Gurpreet Kaur, listening is quite clear. Okay, I will be repeating this again. Fine, no problem. Listen carefully, guys.
Okay, now there's the list of equipment we all had to bring on the field trip. What did they tell us to bring a ruler for?
It was something about measuring the slope of the shore. But of course we didn't need it because we were measuring wind direction and we brought the compass for that.
But they said we are measuring the wind direction, तो हमें उसकी ज़रूरत नहीं है ruler की. So this option is crossed out. Compass हम लेकर आए हैं, लेकिन उन्होंने क्वेश्चन पूछा क्या चीज़ वो भूल गए. Okay?
Not the piece of string to hold up in the air.
For that.
But not the piece of string to hold up in the air.
Not the piece of string. वो कह रहे compass तो हम ले आए, लेकिन हम piece of string नहीं लेकर आए जो हम wind मतलब they have to hold up in the air. ठीक है? So string they forget to bring. So they have asked the same question. What they forget? So the right answer is A. I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay, in order to improve listening, Amrinder, it is very important to develop a habit of listening. ठीक है? For that you can watch certain web series English movies, listen to podcasts which are available in your mobile phone also. There are lots of applications for the podcast. Go for it. Science topics को सुना करो, so that आपको एक habit बने कि आप listening English सुनो, ठीक है? Believe me, it will help you to improve a lot. Okay? Okay guys, so let's move to the next question. In Helen's procedure section, Colin suggests a change in dash. Helen के procedure section में Colin किस चीज़ के लिए suggest करता है कि वो change करे? Change, these are the keywords. Procedure section of Helen, Colin suggests a change in dash. Order, the way the information is divided up, the amount of information provided. Now I am going to play the audio for you guys, and this is your turn to solve question number 3 and write your answer in the chat box. Okay?
Didn't Mr. Blake make a fuss about us leaving that behind?
Yeah, he does go on. Anyway, it was easy to get one from another of the students.
Now, the next section's the procedure. I sent you the draft of that.
Yeah, it was clear, but I don't think we need all these details of what time we left and what time we got back and how we divided up the different research tasks.
Okay, I'll look at that again.
Then we have to describe our method of it.
Okay, yes, what will be the answer for 3? Yes, please write down the answer for 3. Concentrate on listening part. Okay, well, that's not the right option. No, B is not the right answer. Only one student have written the right answer, and I will not take the name. Okay, so all of them are writing wrong answers. So everybody is writing the wrong answer for 3rd. I will be repeating the audio again so that you can listen carefully. Okay, listen carefully guys. This answer for 3rd is wrong. Listen carefully.
Teacher, I sent you the draft of that.
Yeah, it was clear, but I don't think we need all these details of what time we left and what time we got back and how we divided up the different research tasks.
Okay, I'll look at that again.
Then we have to describe our method of investigation in detail.
So they have clearly suggested कि हमें वो information नहीं चाहिए कि कब आए थे, what date, and detailed information नहीं चाहिए. Okay, so she said ठीक है, I will look into that. मैं देखूँगी. It means उसने change के लिए बोला. What change? That is the amount of information provided. They don't need this information. So C is the right option for this. Okay, the amount of information provided. B is not the right answer, Dev Patel. Guys, C is the right answer. Please check it out. Listen carefully. I hope it is clear to everyone. C is the right option for this. They don't require the information related to date, what time they started. That is the amount of information provided. इतनी ज़्यादा information की ज़रूरत नहीं है. So she need to change that. That's why the answer is C for this. Yes, I hope it is clear to everyone. Let's move to the next question then. Okay, I will be playing the audio now in continuity from 4 to 6. And you guys are supposed to write answers for 4, 5 and 6 in the chat box. I have already highlighted the keyword. And if it is not visible, it is speed written over here. It is speed. Okay. What do they say about the method they use to measure wave speed? Listen carefully from 4 to 6 and write your answers in the chat box. Here you go.
Describe our method of investigation in detail. So let's begin with how we measured wave speed. I was surprised how straightforward that was.
I'd expected us to have some sort of high-tech device, not just stand there and count the number of waves per minute. Not very precise, but I suppose it was good enough. But the way we measured the amount of salt was interesting.
In the water from the rock pools?
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to check the chemicals we used in the lab when we analysed those samples. Was it potassium chromate and silver nitrate?
That's right.
Okay. And we need the map of the seashore. You just left that to me. And I had to do it while the tide was low. Well, that was okay, but the place I started it from was down on the beach. Then I realised I should have gone up higher to get better visibility, so I had to start all over again. But at least I got the squared paper, or I'd have had problems drawing it all to scale.
Yeah, it looks good. We could get a map of the region off the internet and see if we need to make any changes.
I had a look, but I couldn't find anything. But you took some pictures, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll email you them if you want.
Okay, I'll make my amendments using those. Then I can scan it into our report. Great!
Okay guys, so what are the answers from 4 to 6? Okay, most yes. Alright. For fourth, what do they say about the method they used to measure wave speed? That was simple to carry out. So the method they used, that was simple to carry out. So B is the right answer for this. What mistake did, वो कह रही थी मैं गलत जगह पे खड़ी हो गई थी, wrong place. So that was again B. What do they decide to do next with their map? उसने बोला कि इंटरनेट से इंफॉर्मेशन, बट said no. You can you have already clicked the photographs. तुमने photographs click करी थी, तो मैं उसे use कर लूँगी. I check it using photographs. So what do they decide to do next with their map? Check it using photographs. So B is again the right option. All the answers are B for this. Scan it on the computer. उसने बोला था बाद में मैं scan कर लूँगी और अपनी फाइल में लगा लूँगी. Not on to computer. So this option is not the right one. Okay. If you guys have any doubt, please let me know. I'll repeat the audio again. Yes, if you guys have any doubt, please write it down in the chat box. Dev Patel, all the answers are B for this. Okay, let me see. Any doubt guys, please write it down in the chat box. Okay, I need to repeat it again, no problem. That's great, Doraemon. Very good. Okay, I'm going to repeat the audio again. Okay, fine.
Detail. So let's begin with how we measured wave speed. I was surprised how straightforward that was.
So he said, I was surprised how straightforward it was. Straightforward का मतलब यही हो गया ना, कितना आसान था वो. How simple it was to carry out. Right?
Expected us to have some sort of high-tech device, not just stand there and count the number of waves per minute. Not very precise, but I suppose it was good enough. But the way we measured the amount of salt was interesting.
In the water from the rock pools?
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to check the chemicals we used in the lab when we analysed those samples. Was it potassium chromate and silver nitrate?
That's right.
Okay. And we need the map of the seashore. You just left that to me. And I had to do it while the tide was low. Well, that was okay, but the place I started it from was down on the beach. Then I realised I should have gone up higher to get better visibility, so I had to start all over again. But at least I got the squared paper, or I'd have had problems drawing it all to scale.
Yeah, it looks good. We could get a map of the region off the internet and see if we need to make any changes.
I had a look, but I couldn't find anything. But you took some pictures, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll email you them if you want.
Okay, I'll make my amendments using those. Then I can scan it into our report. Great!
So पहले उसने बोला मैंने इंटरनेट पे चेक करा बट मुझे इतनी इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं मिली. So she said कि आप तुमने पिक्चर्स ली थी. तो he said okay, I'll mail you. And she said ठीक है मैं उसे स्कैन करके रिपोर्ट फाइल में लगा दूंगी. So what is the right option? B obviously. Right? कंप्यूटर पे लगाने को नहीं बोला उसने, फाइल में लगाने को बोला, सो दैट्स नॉट द राइट ऑप्शन. सो बी इज द राइट आंसर फॉर दिस. एंड शी सेड पहले वो लो टाइड पे खड़ी मतलब ज़्यादा टाइड पे खड़ी थी, जहाँ पे ज़्यादा होती है लो पे खड़ना था. शी चोज अ रॉन्ग प्लेस, शी स्टूड इन द रॉन्ग प्लेस, तो उसे दोबारा से प्रोसेस कैरी आउट करना पड़ा. सो बी इज द राइट आंसर अगेन फॉर दिस. एंड ये तो उसने स्टार्टिंग में ही बोल दिया था, स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड मीन्स इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल प्रोसीजर. सो बी इज अगेन राइट आंसर फॉर दिस. आई होप इट इज क्लियर टू एवरी वन. If you guys still have any doubt, please write it down in the chat box. Right? So you can contact on the number which is visible on the screen for the personal classes, right? Okay, I have already repeated the audio again. If you guys have any problem, Shilpa, please, I request you to rewind the video and watch it again because I have already repeated the audio. Let's move to the next questions. Okay, so next is choose two letters. Which two problems affecting organisms in the splash zone are mentioned? So you have to choose the two options, the two problems. कौन सी दो ऐसी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं जो ऑर्गेनिजम्स को इफेक्ट कर रही हैं इन द स्प्लैश जोन के अंदर. फर्स्ट इज लैक ऑफ वाटर, पानी की कमी, स्ट्रॉन्ग विंड्स, ज़्यादा हवा आना, विंड्स, लैक ऑफ फूड की कमी, हाई टेम्परेचर्स और लार्ज वेव्स. सो यू हैव टू लिसन फॉर टू प्रॉब्लम्स विच आर इफेक्टिंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स इन द स्प्लैश जोन. लिसन केयरफुली एंड राइट योर आंसर इन द चैट बॉक्स.
Now listen and answer questions 27 to 30.
Now, when we get to our findings, I thought we could divide them up into the different zones we identified on the shore and the problems organisms face in each zone. So, for the highest area,
The splash zone.
yeah, we found mostly those tiny shellfish that have strong hard shells that act as protection.
But not from other organisms that might eat them. Predators.
No, that's not the main danger for them, but the shells prevent them from drying out because they're in the open air for most of the time.
Right. And since they're exposed, they need to be able to find some sort of shelter or cover themselves up so they don't get too hot. Then in the middle and lower zones nearer the sea, we need to discuss the effects of wave action.
Yes, and how organisms develop structures to prevent themselves from being swept away or even destroyed by being smashed against the rocks.
I haven't done anything on the geological changes. I don't...
Alright, so what is the answer for 7 and 8? Splash is it's a wave of water. It's related, this is a term which is related to water, splash. Yes, write your answer. No, it's not D. Yes, one option is right. Very good, Jashandeep. High temperatures so that they prevent them from drying out. ठीक है, वो dry out ना हो, तो उसके लिए obviously drying out ना हो, तो that is related to water only. They're talking about the aquatic animals over here. So one option is A, that is lack of water. Another one is D. So you can write these in any order. Okay, so you have to write the answer in any order. Both the ways your answer will be correct. If you write D or A, that is also correct. If you write A or D, that is also correct. A and D are the right options for this. I hope it is clear to everyone. A and D is the right answer, guys. Let's move to the next one. Which two reasons for possible error will they include in their report? कौन से दो ऐसे reasons हैं जिसकी वजह से error होगा, गलती. Error means a mistake. For possible error will they include in their report? First one is inaccurate records of the habitat of organisms. Inaccurate means सही record नहीं है उनके पास. They don't have the inaccurate record. Habitat means the living conditions of organisms. Influence on behavior of organisms by observer. ठीक है, behavior की बात कर रहे हैं. Incorrect identification, जो identification है वो सही नहीं है, incorrect है. मेकिंग जनरलाइजेशंस फ्रॉम अ स्मॉल सैम्पल, वो जनरलाइजेशंस कर रहे हैं छोटे से सैम्पल से. मिसिंग सम ऑर्गेनिजम्स व्हेन काउंटिंग, तो कुछ ऑर्गेनिज्म को मिस कर रहे हैं. व्हेन दे आर मिसिंग मीन्स द काउंटिंग जो है वो छूट रही है, दैट इज ई ऑप्शन. So listen carefully for these two reasons. For possible error will they include in their report. I am going to play the audio for this as well.
Don't know what to put for that.
No, we weren't concentrating on that. Maybe we need to find some websites.
Good idea. I've got the lecture notes from Mr. Blake's geology course, but they're too general. But we could ask him which books on our reading list might be most helpful.
Right. Okay. Now, I did a draft of the section of sources of possible error in our research, but I don't know if you agree. For example, the size of the sample and whether it's big enough to make any general conclusions from. But I thought actually we did have quite a big sample.
We did. And our general method of observation seemed quite reliable, but we might not be all that accurate as far as the actual numbers go.
Yeah, we might have missed some organisms if they were hiding under a rock, for example. I wasn't sure about the way we described their habitats. I decided it was probably okay.
Yeah, and the descriptions we gave of the smaller organisms, they weren't very detailed, but they were adequate in this context. I'm not sure we identified all the species correctly, though.
Okay, we'd better mention that. Now,
Okay, I have already written the answers on the screen. So they didn't have, actually the counting was not accurate. They missed some organisms. So this was the option, missing some organisms when counting. Another was जो organisms थे, they were not able to identify them. That is incorrect identification of some organisms. So these are the right options. C and E is the right answer. You can write in either order. Both the way answer will be correct, right? C and E is the right option for this. Yes, if you have any doubt, please write it down in the chat box. Yes, Kiranjeet, I do provide personal classes on reading, even on all the modules. For all the modules, you can go for your personal classes. But if you face problem in any particular module, you can go for that also. C and E was the clear answer because they missed some organisms when they were counting. They were not accurate, right? And not identified, उसने बोला थे कुछ organism they were not able to identify. So that is incorrect identification of some organisms. Okay. Okay, I need to repeat it again, no problem. Just listen carefully once again.
for example, the size of the sample and whether it's big.
Okay.
I've got the lecture notes from Mr. Blake's geology course, but they're too general. But we could ask him which books on our reading list might be most helpful.
Right. Okay. Now, I did a draft of the section of sources of possible error in our research, but I don't know if you agree. For example, the size of the sample and whether it's big enough to make any general conclusions from. But I thought actually we did have quite a big sample.
We did. And our general method of observation seemed quite reliable, but we might not be all that accurate as far as the actual numbers go.
Yeah, we might have missed some organisms if they were hiding under a rock, for example. I wasn't sure about the way we described their habitats. I decided it was probably okay.
Yeah, and the descriptions we gave of the smaller organisms, they weren't very detailed, but they were adequate in this context. I'm not sure we identified all the species correctly, though.
Okay, we'd better mention that. Now,
I hope it is clear. They said this information was accurate, adequate थी, तो ये option तो हो ही नहीं सकती, right? Influence on behavior, so they don't talk about this thing. So they at the end they talk about not identified correctly. So they didn't identify it correctly means that is incorrect identification of some organisms. I hope it is clear to everyone. So C and E is the right answer for this. Okay guys, if you have any doubt, please write it down in the chat box. And this is the end of today's listening session. And to get free study material, you can join us on the Telegram channel. The name of the Telegram channel is IELTS capital _ M capital ADE small _ E capital ASY small. You can download the PDF file, and for listening, you have to write the first name of this audio, which was Rocky Bay Field Trip. Rocky Bay Field Trip is the name of the audio. So in order to get the audio, type Rocky Bay Field Trip on Google or on YouTube. You can simply type this and search for the audio. Believe me, you'll get the audio over there only. Search for the audio. Okay, just write Rocky Bay Field Trip Listening. बस ये लिख दीजिए YouTube के ऊपर या Google के ऊपर. You'll get your audio over there only. Alright, so download the PDF file and repeat it again at your home so that you can understand the concepts clearly. So thank you so much for joining today's session. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time, that is 12 noon, right, with another listening part. Till then, keep practicing and stay safe. And if still you have any doubt, please write it down in the chat box. Thanks for watching today's session. Alright guys, so for WhatsApp, number is visible on the screen. You can go for the paid online classes. Those who are facing quite problems, okay, they are not able to improve their scores, please go for the personal sessions. Believe me, it will help you to improve your scores from 5 to 7 if you're stuck at some point. Go for your personal classes. You can contact on the number which is visible on the screen for the same. So I'll see you tomorrow with the listening part at 12 noon. Till then, keep practicing, stay safe, bye bye, take care, God bless you all, and thank you once again for joining today's session. Bye bye.